It's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trey Lance and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
First down, Mayfield. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Mayfield on play action. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
After the sack on first down, Mayfield. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive. Ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Schultz. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Sanders shaking and baking. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Mayfield now from the 50. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robertson. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the 16, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. I mean, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Man open. That's Henry Ruggs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that'll set them back 5. Off of play action, here's Lance. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. Now Lance again. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a throw here to his running back. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Sanders. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
No!
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
That one is slant to McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Play fake. Mayfield. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ball game. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Sanders. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Edwards. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Devin Duvernay there to make the grab. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Lance now on first down. He's going to look deep down the field.
And this is incomplete. Well played defensively. Nearly had the interception, but it's second down.
On second down, here's Henry. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. On third down, Henry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
A big play that time on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Sanders. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers to get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well. That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that left.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
That swung out wide to Sanders.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. On play action, Lance.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And Lance will try again on second down.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
The Lance going to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And this is caught. Touchdown.
Henry Ruggs.
His second touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Mayfield's throws on target to Duvernay.
And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, but with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. Throwing, Mayfield. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield down. He finds his man, complete. It's Robertson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. Alexander Mattison, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Amari Cooper, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. The Cardinals still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Do that again, baby. Do it again.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. You ain't. Go steal. You ain't steal. Check steal. Check. Crunch.
Here's Lance.
And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Heading back out, Baker Mayfield, as we call up our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2nd down and 3.
From the gun, they go to Edwards. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Henry again on second down.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now a handoff to Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On second down now, it's Henry. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it.
What was that, Russ?
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Lance looking to throw it.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now a play fake. Lance sliding out of the pocket. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. And Lance now to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Ravens look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Henry. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd and 5 now. Lance eluding the pressure right. And right side, Henry's got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Again, it'll be Gainwell. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. From the gun, it's Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. And they'll go for it. Lance. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system, leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now. They can move forward.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Complete at the 1. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sand.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mayfield on first down. That's taken in by Duvernay. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Mayfield with it once more. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And Mayfield again with the interception. His 3rd. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And his throw here's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Henry out of the pistol. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.